Alright boys, what's going on? It's A-Work back here with another video on the model. So this is going to be all within time frame alignment, the model. So without further ado, let's get the fuck into this shit. Alright boys, so the first thing you're going to want to look for, right? Look at this. You're going to go to start with the daily, bullish, 4 hour, bullish, 1 hour, bullish, 30-minute, bullish, 15-minute, bullish, etc. You're really going to want to look for these 5 and align them all, bullish, bearish, blah, blah, blah. Go down to the 1 minute. You can see we formed these two 15-minute fair value gaps, right? So you can either start with, if you see we're coming down, these are acting as magnets. So the price is going to want to eventually come down and pull back into these. Like essentially they're magnets, right? So you can short to the gap, and then you can long out to your good DOL, drawn liquidity. You can do that, or you can just wait for the tap into the gap and the break of structure, just like this. But we didn't tap into this gap yet, we just formed it. But I'll put all the indicators I use, or I can just show them or make a separate video on that. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what we're gonna do right here. So we're gonna look for this to tap into the 15-minute. So everything, I'm going a little fast, but everything I've said so far is all going to be shown right here pretty much. But sometimes you're not going to want to short it to the gap because the RR is really not worth it. So you might as well just wait. But I'm going to show you guys right here. So we're waiting for the tap. Okay, we tap into the gap, right? We want our break of structure to get hit. So we're going to wait for that. You want it to close above the break of structure, by the way. Okay, I'm a little late here, but as you can see, we close above the break of structure right here, which is this wick forming it. And then that's literally all your confirmation. It's the easiest model in the world. You're literally only going to wait for the 1 minute is your only entry. And for a 15-minute or a 30-minute, etc., you're going to want the 1 minute break of structure. If it was a 1 hour, you're going to want the 5 minute. If it was a 4 hour daily, you're going to want the 15-minute, etc., just like that. Everything I just explained is the whole model. It's very simple. I do a lot of teaching on it, which is also very helpful. But I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you guys this. So we got the break of structure right here. So that's your confirmation for entry. You can enter right there. This would be a little late of an entry, but I'm going to show you guys how to let this play out. And then you're going to want to look for a good draw on liquidity. So you could do... it's not going to load. So a good draw on liquidity for me is either going to be previous day highs or an extra, like a bearish gap up there. That's a good draw on liquidity for me. That's what I usually set my take profit at, or TP1BE. So it's not really showing up right now, and I'll make a better demonstration for you guys next time. But I'll show you how it plays out. Get the break of structure. Usually there's going to be a little pullback. Like, we'll probably be a pullback into this 15-minute. Literally as I said that, bro. Okay. And then it's just barbecue chicken from there, boys. Chop fest, chop fest, chop fest. Yeah, this is a bunch of chop. And there you go. So essentially, this was not a very good example, but essentially you can, like, these gaps, when it goes down like this is a terrible example, but when it goes down like this, like, look, so we got the break of structure right here, 37, sets cool, 40 points. Sure, that's not really an optimal trade. Most of my trades go for 100 to 150 points, but as you can see, I kind of explained it. These 15 minutes right here, all these gaps that you're going to see, they're all going to be magnets. So they're going to want to be tapped into. Like just right here, we tap in at 31, get the breaker structure at 52, and we go up to 70. Not a good example, right? But these gaps are not going to fail until, like, essentially these gaps are not going to fail until you get the break of structure and then it runs to stop loss. So that's literally all the model is. Like, you can just tell. We tap into the gaps, we're up. Like, we're going up. That's all it is. essentially. Yeah, but you'd like an optimal A plus entry. You'd want to wait for like a gap to fail and then go straight to shorts and then short to a gap, like a bullish gap, and then take longs off that because that's a very high time frame pullback. So I'm gonna do a better job of as explaining this model in a different video. But I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you guys can learn something from this. And if you have any questions by any means, I will be here to answer them on every fucking comment, bro. I promise you, I'll be there. So that's it for TFA, boys. I'm gonna give y'all a better example in the next one. But I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope you get a first fucking payout on this bitch. Let's go, boys.